What is up, Kraken Bass fans? It is cold and I'm doing some bass fishing. You can catch bass in super cold weather. I'm going to show you two of my favorite techniques for catching bass in this cold weather. It's just right before things start to freeze over, and hopefully I catch a few for you today. And enjoy these techniques, and hopefully you can use them to catch a few fish yourself. So let's go cold water bass fishing. All right, first on the list is this sucker. It's kind of shaded. This is a blade bait. This is an all-time favorite for wintertime bass fishing. This is hollow AU color. AU is one of my favorite colors. This is a Damiki blade bait. I'll make sure to give you a link and write up about this bait in the blog post. Just check the link below. But check this sucker in action. This thing really works. So this little blade bait, so it is really cold. I'll get a water temp here read out in a minute, but just cast it along, these deep trees, and you just reel it slowly, or you can kind of jig it up off the bottom, and there they go. Got it. There's a bass on the blade bait. Oh, little guy. Teeny tiny, still fun. Little blade bait catches me some bass. Woo! Thing is pretty awesome. Yeah, just kind of a little bit, not right up against the bank, but just out of ways a little bit. Bass will still relate cover pretty good in the winter. Oh, there's one on the blade bait. Another little guy. And they love these little shad type imitation baits. This thing has a lot of vibration, so it triggers a reaction strike, which is something you wouldn't think would work well in the cold water, but as you can see, it does. They hit this little thing. See if I can find one a little bigger. If not, at least you'll catch some bass in the cold weather. So just throw it out along the edge. Just start reeling it. You'll feel it vibrate. I kind of like to yo-yo it a little bit, get it moving. I feel the vibration. There's another one, another tree. These things are pretty heavy too. You can get them in like ½ ounce, ¼ ounce. So they hook up on stuff. Try that again. Alright, let's get a water temperature reading. 44 degrees. Look at that. Probably some of the coldest water I've ever fished. The key with the blade bait is, there's some grass down there, that's why they're on there. Key with the blade bait is to make sure you're feeling the vibration of it in the water, or else you won't get them. Oh, there he is. Just reeling it along. Really tiny hooks on these things. Fun. This one's not very big either. Where's all the big guys at? Woo. I know they're in here. There's one. Haha. Stay on, buddy. Feels a little better. Wintertime bassing. Oh yeah, there we go. Cool. There you have it. That's how you use a blade bait in the wintertime to crack some bass. Definitely one of my favorite techniques. Let's let him go, and I'm going to show you another awesome wintertime technique. Alright, this is the float and fly. So this is a solid technique in the wintertime when things are really cold. It's literally the day before Thanksgiving. So the key is you want a little bead and a bobber stop. So I love these tie-on bobber stops. It's a little cylinder, you slip your line through it, then you cinch it down, and that will pinch onto your line, and then you throw the bead on, and then you put your bobber underneath that, and then you tie your fly underneath that. So I'm going to thread this bead on real fast. I already got a tie up my line. You know, you put it, I put it about 10 feet length. That's kind of where my bites have been on the blade bait, it seems like. So I thread this little line through here. I use 6-pound fluorocarbon on a float and fly. Something really thin and natural. And then this is Spro Fat Fly. This is bluegill color. It's one of my favorites. I use this color or Gray Ghosts. And this is a 1/8, but I also like 1/16 too. 1/8 is just a little bit heavier. It'll get down a little bit quicker, but 1/16 has a little slower glide, which can also be really deadly. So I just tie that on with a polymer knot. Got my bobber on, I got my bead, got my fly, and the cool thing is this fly just sits right underneath that bobber at the right depth, and for some reason those bass will come up and eat these hair jigs. So my eyes are freezing. It's kind of affecting my casting a little bit. There's my stop. I got it at about, there's my stop on my line. I got it about 10 feet above my fly. So what you want to do is you cast it out there, and it casts really good in that spinning reel with that, just that little teeny knot. It'll cast right through there, and then that bobber's sitting out there, and that fly is sitting right underneath it at about 10 feet. And usually they hit it pretty quickly after the initial drop. So I'll twitch it a couple times, move it a little bit, and then let it set again. And the natural wave of the water will give that hair jig some action. It's probably the most finesse fishing you can do. It's really, oh, I just got a huge hit. There it went down. Got him. Hey, hey. They come up and eat the float and fly. I like it because it's so visual. And you catch nice fish on it. Catch really nice fish on it. This feels like a way bigger fish than that one's on the blade bait. Oh yeah, he's not bad. Probably a pounder. That's cool. There he is. See that floating fly right in his mouth? Bam! They eat it in the cold weather. Bluegill, fat fly, little bobber. I'm probably going to put together a little floating fly kit so you can buy one, because it's hard to know the right stuff. I've been playing around with this for years and finally found this little setup. So check out the link below if you're interested in fishing the floating fly. I'll get you all the right colors and stuff, or you can buy them yourself, but it's a real great setup for wintertime fishing. You know, when it's straight up, that means you know that the fly is suspended. If the bobber is tilted on its side, then that means your fly is on the bottom. So it's important you keep track of what's going on with your bobber. Just pay attention to it. Sometimes it'll just be a little subtle, won't even go under all the way. Or sometimes it'll go down and then it'll lift up because the fish has come up with the fly. Got another one. Spin around, hook set. Sweet. Here we go. Float fly. Trying off these trees right here. Okay, see, standing straight up. Perfect. Good little spot right in front of those trees. Oh, just went down. Got him. Oh, wintertime bass fishing. So awesome. Floating fly, blade bait. You can catch them. Water's 45 degrees. Cold. Look at that. There he is on the floating fly. Pretty fish. Well, how do you like those winter techniques? They work. Fun fishing. So make sure to try these two, the blade bait, the floating fly. Make sure to check out the description below. There's a link to the blog post where you can pick up all the gear. And I'm gonna put together a little floating fly package for wintertime fishing. Snag one from me to help support my channel, and also check out my fishing scale that I have too. I'm trying to work on some hats, as you can see, and I'll have those out hopefully too. So appreciate all the support. Hopefully you can catch a few bass this winter when nobody's out, and still enjoy the outdoors. It's a lot of fun. Stay stoked. Let's see you later, buddy. Cracking bass.